Hello everyone, I'm Semituna. Today I have a special guest with me, Beşiktaş head coach Dusan Alimpijevic is here with us. Coach, welcome. How are you?
Thank you for calling me. I'm great, which also I wish to you and your family.
Thank you so much. We have a lot to talk about, so I'd like to jump straight into topics without taking too much. Let's start with this. How do you think the season is going?
So far, everything is going great. I mean, good. As we said before in some interviews, from time we came, when I said we, I'm talking about us as a coaching staff. From time we came in Beşiktaş, our first idea was to move some bars on another level in terms of discipline, in terms of system, in terms of basketball organization on the court, in terms of way of thinking what is Beşiktaş and what we want to build in my time as a head coaching period. So straight after with the 3 semi-finals, I think that we showed that we will be very serious in that way, and in this year also we move a little bit higher in 2 competitions comparing with last year, with one final in the cup, sharing second position in standings with FS. I mean, currently we are second, and only EuroCup was that competition that we could go for more. What is realistic? What was realistic in this season? In EuroCup, I believe it wasn't to expect that we can win EuroCup, comparing with the budgets that we had in this EuroCup year. But we have to say that we are also satisfied playing in playoff one more time and being in best teams in EuroCup in both groups, which is most important thing for us as a club, to be consistently good.
Yeah, I'll come to EuroCup final, but let me start with Turkish Cup Final. Fenerbahçe set the tone early at the game. If you had the chance to play it again, what would you change?
Look, to be honest, nothing too much. For me, main idea was just to don't repeat a year before when they surprise us with the level of contact. So we were working on that. We were talking too much about that. We were go through all these tiny details that could help us in a way of better reactions on their toughness and physicality. And I think we did a good job in that way. We didn't let them to beat us, to be honest, because Fener right now, but nothing less FS. I just don't want anybody to think because of our 2 games something big change. But Fener is really from another planet in terms of budget, in terms of organization, in terms of their desire, in terms of, look, it's very simple. One guy is injured there, they are replacing him with equal or better standards in terms of quality, talent, offensive, defensive ways. So Fenerbahçe is a team who is playing one of the best basketballs in whole EuroLeague right now. And to be honest, we put a lot of fight in the finals. But look, there is great players on the other side, and they literally punish our mistake. I'm not sure that if we repeat one more time that game, that maybe they will miss some of these shots they had on a game. But I will not go for too much different than this game. It's just different way of playing Fener and anybody else right now.
Let's talk about Cedevita game in the EuroCup. You had control of the game and were the better team at the start. At one point, you got the lead by 13 points. If I'm not mistaken, it's 17 minutes. What happened after that?
Look, this is that's why EuroCup is very interesting competition, because especially in 18 quarterfinals, you have one game, you have one chance, die or go home. Win or go home. And the thing is, I think that for the first time, we felt on our skin that in a game that we are not underdogs, that other people had that, let's say, much more relaxing time and they enjoy a little bit more than us, especially in second half when a game came to tight game. So in second half, I didn't see that my guys playing what we agreed, and we play almost very good, perfect, and we stick to the plan in first half. I believe that we didn't lose a game in the second half. We lost the game at the end of the first half because instead to go from 13 to 17 or 20, we lost that chance, and we went from, I believe, 11, 12, something like this, on 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, so I believe that was the crucial moment. That Cedevita was ready to give up from that game. I mean, at least it looked like from my eyes, you know, but really they went on halftime with less than maybe, in my opinion, they deserve. We are guilty for this, but also in the same time they play good basketball in that moment, and that was the only thing. If you compare our game against Cedevita, and if you compare, let's say, Efes that we won 2 times just 1 month before, of course everybody will say this is a big surprise, but this is EuroCup, and again, okay, we could pass that. Then we have a Başakşehir that we have a positive score with them, but we know what we have in the semifinals and finals, and what kind of budgets they are waiting there, and teams who are ready to go through EuroCup to EuroLeague.
Do you think your success in the EuroCup knockout rounds has made Beşiktaş a more serious contender than usual? I mean, obviously every team steps onto the court to win, but you have a proven record, a track record in these stages.
Yes, I mean, I was talking about this already also with people in staff and in a club. It's a totally different approach against Beşiktaş this year and year before. So year before, we took over Beşiktaş after barely staying in the league. It was a fighting for relegation till the last round, and I saw that, for example, Beşiktaş wasn't that much interesting name or big challenger for others. They didn't treat us like this. They didn't respect us like that. So many things that we did in our first year, of course, we had first of all great team. We had the great support from our management and president. We had a really good atmosphere in our club. But we have to say that after you are coming for one very low place, then its expectations are not that high. So what we did in the first season, I'm not sure is it good or bad. Of course, it's good for all our fans and us. In terms of success, because 3 semifinals are something right now that everybody knows, that Beşiktaş came back in just 1 year on a place that they belong, actually, in my opinion, as an organization, fan base, infrastructure, people inside of club, management, media guys, equipment guys, medical staff, everybody, absolutely they deserve it. So this year is much more tougher for us to prepare the games, to play against them. As I said, now I can feel that almost every team is against us 101%. I truly believe that a couple of teams that we play against them, they had one of the best games against us in this season. This is just my opinion, because we are observing all these teams. So yeah, it's much more tougher this season in terms of preparation than on a court, and now you can see that some teams against us with the less pressure, they play better games.
Yeah. Since you joined Beşiktaş, you have worked with 3 different management. How has that affected you and your team?
I said this before. The main thing is that our president, Mr. Oskan, who was already included in a women basketball team, he passed he also took over men basketball team, and that was much easier for all of us, because really from the beginning we have an amazing relationship with the president Oskan, and to be honest, we didn't feel as a basketball part, we didn't feel these big changes on the top of organization, on up level management, because Mr. Oskan was from first day when he came to women team, then with us, and then he stay again with men basketball team. So that was much easier for us. Of course, in some moments, in these changes, there is some gap when you cannot talk about some things until new management settled down all the way, and they took and they take organization. So we had the luck that we have one person for a longer time than maybe other branches in Beşiktaş, and that was much easier for us. I have to say really that my communication with the president, Mr. Oskan, was from the first to second the best possible, because I need just a couple of seconds or minutes to agree about some very important things for our branch.
Coach, you always say you are dreaming playing in the EuroLeague with Beşiktaş, but besides winning the EuroCup, do you think this is a realistic goal in near future?
There is a lot of question marks about EuroLeague goal. So I have to say that if we are looking for a history of Beşiktaş, they were already in EuroLeague one season, right? If you are looking fan base, also a city and the country, Istanbul and Turkey, I don't see why not 3 teams from Istanbul. Absolutely, as a country, as a city, you deserve it by investments, by infrastructure, by many other things. By passion that your people has about sport in general, but especially for basketball and football, volleyball. Also, I saw a lot of positive things here in your country with these things, but also. As a club, how big we are, as a like all together with all these branches, I absolutely believe that we deserve it. I will mention one more time infrastructure and all people employed in the club. But of course, at the end of the day, what EuroLeague wants, this is big budget teams. But more important than just a 1 year big budget, consistent big budgets with some vision, with stability, with consistent in a couple of years, not couple of years, in the future. That it has to be some standards. So this is what EuroLeague is asking for. So now they can see that Hapoel, who show up with absolutely unbelievable budget this year, this is interesting for EuroLeague, right?
Yeah.
Dubai show up, they will be very, very interesting. I expect Dubai next year in EuroLeague, 100%. This is my opinion. They have to offer, they will offer what EuroLeague likes. So they will offer good organization, they will offer big budget. So if we as a Beşiktaş basketball club, if we want something bigger, then of course we need to agree what is the price of that. So I had in my life these situations when you show up with a much smaller budget than others to semifinals or even to finals. But then you have to see, or you can see that who has advantage in that game. So it's not anymore about you prepare good, you are energetically good. It's about some other things.
Yeah. Coach, you have a contract with an option for the next season. Have you had any discussion with the club about your future?
I didn't. I think it's early because it's March and we're still going with the season. I also believe that the club is not in rush because club has contract with a buyout option for 1 more year. And this is only for the EuroLeague buyout option. So I believe that it's too early to talk with, club to talk with me. We have a good relationship, everything goes good. I don't see that they are in rush for that.
Okay. Now let's move on to some general questions. This is your fifth season, fifth year in Turkey. Do you see Turkey as your second home?
Absolutely, I enjoy here a lot, and Turkey gave me a lot. I have a lot of good friends. I have a lot of good friends who will stay forever in my life till the end of my life. To be honest, we continue our relationship not just for my time here in Turkey. We are hanging around in Serbia also together. They are coming and visiting me in Serbia during the summer, and for sure they will stay as my friends when I go out from this country. Also, I will repeat one more time. My second child born in Bursa, so in passport of my child will be forever Bursa, Nullifer, Istanbul. Turkey as a country. This is something that we don't want to delete, or we cannot, even if we want to kick out. So we are proudly bringing this as one more thing which is deep inside of us. My firstborn child, he's all 5 years in Turkey and speaks great Turkish. They enjoy here in this time in Turkey. All my family enjoy actually in Turkey, and I met a lot of good people here. For example, my family goes from time to time. They just sit in a car, they drive back to Bursa, and they still have a lot of friends there, a lot of families that we are good with them. So for sure, even when we go, we will look to go back in some moment.
That's great to hear that, Coach. I have a question about EuroLeague coaching pool. Coach, we keep seeing the same names, even though there are many successful young coaches. Why do you think the same names keep getting opportunities while the younger generation struggles to break in?
I mean, first of all, we have to respect everything what all these, you call them old generation coaches, but I will tell just more experienced coaches, because really all these young generations, if I can include myself as a young generation coaches, we become what we are right now because of them. So we have to respect that. We have to respect, because they gave us a lot of lectures. They gave us a lot of great games that we learn from their games. They open many times their doors from the for practices weeks, and we are still together on all our clinics. And really, still every day I'm using to talk with them, to learn something new, and I will learn till I'm alive. So we cannot forget that thing what they gave us, and we have to be patient to wait when it will be changes of generations. Main thing is that all of them are still here, because still they are investing in their knowledge. Even in all these ages, after all these titles and championships and everything, they are still changing themselves and adjusting themselves on new needs of basketball. So this is something amazing. We should learn also as a young generations also this, that forever, until we are in this job, in this business, we should work on ourselves. So once when these changes will come naturally, I believe that basketball will pick up only best what we have. And to finish this with a very important thing, also there is some kind of clubs in EuroLeague, EuroCup, Champions League. You know, they are always more comfortable with the names that working for many years, they prove themselves. So it's big risk to bring some, let's say, new name and to give him a championship team to fight for championship, because it's always like, but they didn't win this or that. Okay, yeah, but you have to give to these names, some of these teams who can fight for championship. So it's still like fight to give a chance to somebody.
Which teams do you enjoy watching the most in domestic leagues, excluding EuroLeague teams?
In Turkish League right now. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I enjoy to watch this year a lot Buju Çekmeçi, which we will play against them on this weekend. They play very good basketball. They have I like that basketball they play. They share the ball. They have very sharp guards. Also, they have toughness on position 5, and I believe that coach is doing amazing job all his years. I really respect him a lot. Also, Petkim always knows what they want. Petkim coach always attack what he wants to attack. He defends very well. He put all your pluses on very under control, and I like to watch them. Of course, because of the, let's say, rosters they have, Fener and Efes are always the most excited teams to watch. But as I said, for me right now, this is very interesting to watch how Buju Čekmec torturing all these big names and big budgets and winning all the games.
Yeah, they've been doing this for at least 3 years, coach.
It's always it's every year some big guy, big teams, they are killing bigs.
Yeah. Coach, Karşıyaka is going through a tough time, and after the last game, you made an emotional statement that was widely praised. Does this emotional side of you come from being a coach who enjoys building a bond with the fans?
Absolutely. All 40 minutes that I was on the court, to be honest, I couldn't give 100% of my focus, maybe for the first time on the court, because I was so emotional with everything what I saw. I saw that something that really gave me that belief in true things, in right things. That connection between fans and the players, that was amazing. But it's more like a fans and their dedication to the club. So our club is going through very bad times, very tough times, but in the same time, fans are behind them, not just in good and great times. Now in bad times, they are behind them, supporting them, helping them to stay in a first division with maybe 1 or 2 wins they need or something like this. Mm-hmm. But for me, that was amazing. Every time when I went in Karşıyaka, we had our like a fight, which I like, and I like this in Turkey because the fans are very passionate. I enjoy that too much. I don't like these fans without energy, without passion, and this is really what I respect. So during the game, when 40 minutes finished, I really always like to give that honor and respect to the people who are helping on that way to their team. So really, after the game, I gave a speech from deep of my heart, what I feel for the fans, and one more time, congrats to them, and I wish them all the best.
Yeah. Coach, my colleague at EuroHopes asked this to Nigel Hayes-Davis, and let me ask this to you too. How do you see the thin line between the passion of European fans and their tendency to see athletes as machines, expecting winning as an obligation?
Yeah, it's very difficult to explain to fans what professional sport become now on 2025 or 1 year before, or what will be even in more in the future. Need for more games, there is something like this 100%, but these professional athletes, what I don't like with the new schedule and the new way of competition in all competitions, EuroCup, EuroLeague. Okay, less right now Champions League. Champions League gave some time on the beginning of their competition to, if you win, to celebrate that win, to enjoy a little bit in that win. If you lose, to suffer, to be sad, because at the end of the day, everything should start from emotions. But these competitions are pushing us to put our emotions on the side and to become almost like robots. So I like when we win to be happy at least one day, one night because of that win, because this is that passion. Because of that, we are in this business. To celebrate with our families, with our friends, to celebrate, to give something big to our fans. When we lose, also to be sad and to know to be sad, to suffer, because maybe we could give something more and to talk about this, what we can change and so and so. But now this competition pushing you and the professional athletes, they're pushing you, okay, one game is done, bam, 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 let's go home. And we will not talk anymore about this game. We will not be sad, we will not be happy. And next game in 2 days give you chance, if you were bad on the previous one, to be better on this one. But fans who are paying expensive tickets, fans who are watching you as idols, now with the more games, more money to spend for the tickets, they expect from you to win every game. But actually, players are not robots. We are pushing them to be there, but they are also like a human beings, like all of us here in this room, and they have rights for mistakes. They have rights for bad day, because who doesn't have a bad day? You have bad day. He has bad day. I have bad day. So, I mean, this is normal thing. But all together with our fans, we need to make it as less as possible these bad days because of our fans. This is absolutely true.
Yeah. Coach, did EuroLeague or EuroCup become leagues for players? I mean, how would you compare it when you started as an assistant coach 16 years ago?
What do you mean? Sorry, for EuroLeague. What became
EuroLeague, EuroCup, Basketball Champions League, it doesn't matter. European basketball is becoming players' league.
Absolutely. This way it's coming. So this way from States it's coming very fast. Not 100%, much more. This is players' league in States, much more. Here still this is coaching game, but it goes in that direction that we have to give everything to players. I am for that we need to find some solution somewhere in the middle. So if we lose everything from us coaches and what we were present before, then nobody will understand in Europe like in States, because this is totally different mentality. Here in Europe, okay, let's just go with your country. Your country likes strong coaches. They like strong authorities. They like, of course, great individuals. So if you just observe Turkey, we don't need to go out of Turkey. If you lose everything as a coach, you don't have discipline, you don't have influence. I think your fans, your country will not like these kind of coaches. But also, on the other hand, if you have a strong coach, not big names, no one will respect what coach is doing, because they also like to see some good moves. At the end of the day, nobody is coming on a stadium or in the gym to watch coaches or presidents or GMs. They are coming because of the players. So I believe that we should find a solution between don't lose yourself as a coach and what you present as a coach, but also in the same time you have to give some open hands for the players to show their talent and to show their individual skills.
Coach, there is talk of the NBA establishing in a league in Europe, and the number of teams may increase. Yes, there will be more financial opportunities, but if the player pool doesn't expand, a player you pay 1 million now, you will pay 3 million tomorrow. The talent pool is not growing, and this year you sent Samet to the NCAA, where he is earning much more money than he would have here. Players are also moving to Asia for more money and less games. Do you have a solution for that?
Look, first of all, everybody needs to sit here in Europe and to talk about this, because for our business, for all of us, I'm saying business, because it's not just a sport, it's not just players and coaches, because we have a lot of employers in every club. So everybody, a lot of families depends of our job and this business now. So what we believe that okay, now it's very silly and funny to talk. It's not serious, first of all, to talk in March about what we will be in the future with NBA, with for example in Japan, what will be on the Middle East, what will be here in a EuroLeague, how many teams. It's not serious, but there is some very strong directions in how basketball will go. I believe that all these teams from Middle East, it will be very good for us to show up in Europe or to create their own league there, strong league. If NBA comes, okay, we have to see what is realistic for this, because they are attacking what we heard, football clubs, different names, cities, so they need to build their gyms. Is it realistic to show up before 3 to 4 years? Also, if EuroLeague goes to 20 teams, what is next step? Maybe to 20 more, 20 something, very soon. That means exactly what you said. If all needs will be like this, so what we will play? What we will pay? Who will pay? Who will play these leagues? You also mentioned that already we have as a Euro problem, because they are taking youngs for unbelievable money that we didn't see in our life ever before on college. Japan is ready in a 3 years project with building infrastructure, gyms and everything, to bring more players there. So I see that we are trying to make a salary cap in EuroLeague. And on the other hand, you have a Japan who has a big project to bring all these players in 2 to 3 years there. So players easily will decide to go in China or Japan, or youngs to go in a college. I already talked about this. Which young player now will come, for example, in Beşiktaş to some coach who is yelling, or if he's Fener fan, and let's say that he's Galatasaray fan or Beşiktaş fan, and his dream is to be in Beşiktaş. As a kid, he was, Beşiktaş fan from his born, and now he got some too much practices, less money. He got everything opposite in college, and how to stop him, which we had on the beginning of this season, the same situation. So all these smart heads, experienced heads should sit and first of all to see how to protect Europe from these kind of things, how they will stop all these youth and young people to go out, because very soon we will become old, injured, slow, and same names all the time, which is exactly basketball. It's not in the future. This is exactly what basketball is not in the future. Basketball become more physical, more fast, and what we play today, this is not even comparable with the 2 years ago, and believe me, Semi, it's not even close to what we will be in 2027, 8, 9. It will be faster and faster.
Yeah. Coach, I also want to ask this from the spectator's perspective. Due to referees reviewing everything on the monitor, a 40-minute game now almost lasts 2.5 hours. Isn't this a problem for the good of basketball?
Also, there is a specific rules what you can challenge and what is challengeable, and what you should watch on IRS. And I believe that we also need to put more criteria for this. But I have to say that it's much more clean from time we have IRS. We should work all together on education of the coaches and referees, but also in the same time of the players, what we should challenge, what we should watch, and referees will be better if we don't need to go too many times for IRS. So both, everybody here are included for a good of basketball.
Yeah. Coach, last question about EuroLeague or EuroCup. What are your, who are your favorites for the EuroLeague Final Four, and who do you think will win the EuroCup?
I think that the justice will be served if Olympiacos win this year EuroLeague, because consistently on Final Fours, coach, talent investments at the end of the day, and the basketball what they play. But Panathinaikos nothing less with investments and talent. We know all their desire that they want to be again back to back. Coach Ataman wants to repeat what he did already with Efes. I can see them on the Final Four. I can see Fenerbahçe because of their shape after New Year and something close to a New Year. I believe what they play, this is absolutely for Final Four. And I believe that some fourth team will be surprise name, which can be any team. So I will never cut Real Madrid from Final Four, even though they are right now just in playing zone. I will never cut Real Madrid. Real Madrid is Real Madrid. I will never I will never say that Partizan and Red Star, they don't have a chance to be on the Final Four. Paris play some very interesting basketball. Monaco is there with some changes. So for fourth team, I think it will be some surprising. I didn't say anything smart with Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, and Fener because 99% of people are thinking like this. But actually, I believe they deserve most. That's why I'm saying for whole season.
What about EuroCup, coach?
For EuroCup, for me, biggest chances Valencia has.
Yeah.
Because what they play from the first till the last moment, this is closest to EuroLeague games.
Yeah. The last two questions, coach. You share the same management agency as Jokic, and do you talk about the game with him? It might be hard for him to follow your game, obviously, but since he is a basketball fanatic, I cannot be sure what has surprised you most about Jokic.
I heard that he said on some interview that he's watching these clinics, and when they ask him, like
8 months ago, yeah,
it was. I called him. I said, "Hey, listen, you gave me a really good commercial. You know, thank you for this. I have to pay some drinks for this. You know, you have drinks for free." So I mean, all of us from Serbia who has contact with him in that or other way, nobody wants first of all to disturb him because many games now, really this is another life what they are living there. All the time in hotels, in the plane, they don't know in which zone they are, they don't know in which hotel they are, you know, they don't spend too much time with the family. And can you imagine if he call and they start to talk about basketball during the season? They don't want even to hear, they just want to spend their time with the family. He's a great guy, family guy, enjoying in basketball on totally another way. He understand basketball on another level. But you know, during the summer, this is another case. In their born city, Sombor, you know, from time to time we have our friends there, and you know, it's very good food what they cook, you know, there on these river houses. So this is another opportunity to talk about anything else than basketball.
Yeah, coach, do you think he's the clear MVP or a close race with?
For me, absolutely MVP. I don't care. I don't care who will say what, but what he is doing and what kind of flames he is moving, this is absolutely amazing. No one in history of NBA, I don't know how many things he already showed up. So really, hats off for everything what he's doing. And for me, everything will be surprised if he is not MVP.
That's all, coach. It was a pleasure for me to have you here, and I wish you good luck in the upcoming games.
Thank you so much, and I hope that we will have again some good conversation like always with you and with Eurohoops.
Thank you so much, coach. Thank you for watching us, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.